The fallout continues with the Roxodus Music Festival. Initially, they were blaming the weather for the major cancellation, and now we're learning more about the organizers. But what ticket holders want to know is what went wrong and could I have protected myself? I spoke with former counsel with the Federal Competition Bureau with some tips.
Roxodus.
There is this blame game going on. So people are starting to get those refunds, but it's through Eventbrite, which is the ticket sales company, versus the festival organizer. So how does that work when Eventbrite is doing the refunds? Are they then going to be held accountable?
I don't think they'll be held accountable, but I think they're feeling a lot of public pressure arising from the incident, and they're trying to put public pressure on the organizers themselves to execute refunds.
Does this pave the way for a possible class action lawsuit, or is this too minor to do?
I think it can pave the way for a class action lawsuit, or as well as individual lawsuits in the small claims court, perhaps. But I think at this stage, it's really useful for consumers to execute public resources that's available to them to actually have public authorities try to execute their rights on their behalf. The first one that comes to mind is Consumer Protection Ontario, which actually effectively enforces Ontario's Consumer Protection Act that deals specifically with unfair business practices like this. There's also the Federal Competition Bureau, for whom I used to work with, and that agency deals specifically with false and misleading representations to the public.
So it's not just Roxodus, there are a number of events happening. So let's say I want to buy a ticket. What should I be looking out for, and how do I protect myself against something like this? Can you?
Well, it can be challenging, but the first thing I would do is just do a basic Google search, as we like to call it, to try to do some due diligence and see if the organizers, for example, have organized something like this in the past, or is this their first time doing so. Other than that, I would look at the details about any refund policies that could be available. If they have a refund policy on their website, then make explicit how and when you'll get your money back. Another common technique is to just pay using your credit card, because there oftentimes could be remedies that you can take advantage of through your credit card that you otherwise wouldn't be able to.
For more on these tips, head to our website, citynews.ca.